namaste, and a very good evening to all of you who are at Parent Station today. And today it's going to be a wonderful topic that our Environment Day is coming soon. And with me, I have my expert, Dr. Hetal Shah, who is an expert from all the way from Mumbai, who's a wildlife enthusiast, an avid traveler, and a teacher. She has been imparting knowledge to children since past 13 years. And she not only supplements the formal education, but she also teaches children to think out of box, and that is very, very important. So she has her interactions with the children with stories and various activities that keep them always engaged. So Dr. Hetal is a doctor by education, but a teacher by profession. Right. And she's also been featured in Chitralekha. That's one of the most prestigious magazine that we had its presence pan India. She's also won an X Factor award in knowledge expert category, which was organized by the Extraordinary Group. Oh, that's wonderful, Dr. Hetal. Hello and
Thank you
welcome
so
to
much.
Parent Station.
Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you, Hiran. It's completely my pleasure to be here.
Yes. So World Environment Day is celebrated on June 5th. And every year we want on this day somewhere people understand the importance of nature. And we celebrate this to tell people that nature should not be taken for granted and must be respected for its value. I think the coronavirus has taught us this, that when we are confined indoors, we could see that the absence of any human activity actually gave time to the nature to clean itself and probably reclaim its space as well, right?
Right.
But the most affected ones in this pandemic, what I felt was our children. And our children need to know the about nature, about a lot of things about the nature of some things that we have done wrong as adults and the amount of undone that has to be done. So, Dr. Hetal, my first question to you will be how to get children to fall in love with nature, to be in that one with nature.
Okay, that's such a wonderful question, Hiran. It will start from home, Hiran. Everything starts from home. So, whatever you are doing at home, it can be as simple as, cleaning the pea pods or cleaning the coriander or fenugreek. You can just talk to them about, even the things like, these are herbs because they have got weak stems, they are herbaceous. When you're talking about cleaning a pea pod, and if you see a small caterpillar, you can actually talk about the life cycle of the butterfly, that this is the stage where it is going to eat a lot of food. It's a caterpillar stage. And you can talk that the mutter that we eat, that the peas that we eat is actually the seeds that we are eating. So it all starts from there. We have to talk to them, build up their curiosity, and give them knowledge from our very own kitchen. Okay, so it starts from there basically. And then you can talk about a lot of things around your house. You can see some flowers. What is the purpose of the flower being so colorful? Why or only white flowers having so much of fragrance? So the small nuances, when you start talking to them and speaking about it, it will have a super impact on it. And one thing is for sure, Hirin, that we generally try to save things that we are aware or we love. Okay, so if you tell me that okay, don't cut tree, and if I'm not aware the importance of tree, I will say, ha, theek hai, cut ho jane do, chop ho jane
Yes.
do. But if
Yes.
you're aware, if you know that the importance of the tree, and if you start revering and falling in love, then you will definitely take steps, to see that it is not cut. So this is how it is. First step is, bringing them closer to nature by, building up curiosity, and then maybe talking about its importance. And that's how you create reverence.
Absolutely. So I think the immediate environment for the child is very, very important. So, as parents or as teachers, I mean, the parents are the immediate environment for the child, and the teachers and the friends, they are the external environment for the children. And the when you said about building curiosity, you mentioned one thing, that why white flowers have that fragrance. Now, I'm curious. Can I please know the answer?
Okay. So, if you see, the white flowers generally are pollinated by nocturnal pollinators, like the moths and the bat. So at
Right.
night, white is visible, right? So if you keep a rose and a white flower, it will be more visible at the white
Mhm.
flower will be more visible at night. But these pollinators, more than seeing or by visualization, they have a keen sense of smell. So they are attracted towards the fragrance of the flower. So that
Okay.
is how these flowers are very have strong fragrances. So this is
Fragrance.
how it is in nature.
Okay, so that's something that I've learned today, and I'm sure, when as I talk with Dr. Hatel, we are going to learn more and more things, right? So, see, most of these things, Dr. Hatel, are not included in the academics. It's like the syllabus is set, and children know the names of the animals and the flowers and all that, and it just remains to that, right? So, how is this, when you conduct classes for children, and getting them close to the nature, making them love the environment. How is it going to help in academics? Because I think parents, what they want is my child should be the best in academics. But what I understand and what I feel is that children should have knowledge, I mean, improve their general knowledge, which is more important, and that is going to help further when they grow up, right, in
Right,
the real practical life. So
right.
how is this training that you give children, how when you mention that how you make them fall in love with nature, so how is it going to help them in the academics?
Okay, so first of all, what I teach them is absolutely like a storybook. Okay, so as you turn the pages of a storybook, everything is connected to the previous page. So this is how I generally teach children. So this is a conceptual based knowledge.
Okay.
And when you teach them in this way, like a storybook form, a conceptual way, they will not forget. So this is of course knowledge, but in a conceptual way. For example, when I'm talking about as simple as planets. Okay, so we say Mercury is the first planet, but then when I tell them that in spite of being the first planet, it is not the hottest, and they are like, "What? Why, Miss? Why so?" And when I talk to them about the importance of atmosphere that the Earth has, the Earth's atmosphere is helping the Earth to remain warm even at night when we are away from the sun. Okay, and the same atmosphere is also actually building up the global warming. So the Mercury does not have atmosphere. The side facing the sun becomes so hot that it can melt lead, and the side when it goes away from the sun, it becomes so cold, it is like minus 200 degrees. So that's how it is not the hottest planet. So the atmosphere is so important. So when I talk to them about this and when I make an analogy, they will never forget. So this is how I
Absolutely.
build up a lot of things for them.
Right, right. Wonderful.
And
That's
this and this kind of education, as you were asking me, how does it help them? It not only helps them to score fantastic in their academic, but also in their competitive exams, because this kind of knowledge you can never forget. Okay, when you learn facts, okay, Mercury is not the hot planet, Venus is hot planet, Jupiter is large planet, and you will
yeah.
forget someday. But when you are taught in this way, you will not forget. So it helps them in the Olympiads and all the science, Baba, junior Baba, all those examinations. It really helps them. And there are parents coming to me and saying, okay, because of some hindrances back at home, they could not do the studies of Olympiad exams with their child, and they are very happy that the child is scoring around 80 to 90%, without helping them, just with the classes where I teach. Just from that they are able to score, so I'm very happy. For an 8-year old, it is really commendable. So this is how
Absolutely,
it goes.
absolutely. So I think the interest or the way you put it across to the children is something that is wanting them to learn, and it helps them to retain. Because I think the way you're saying, can you give us one demo, Dr. Hazel, if you don't mind, on any topic that you like to
Okay.
so maybe they will be able to connect and put this across to their children as well.
Okay, so let me talk about something as simple as digestive system. Okay,
Yes. Okay.
so I can just talk because right now I will not be able to share anything, but I'll just talk. So when we talk about digestive system, we talk about everything. Okay, whatever is done in the school, where does the food enter, how does it go, and everything. But when I connect this digestive system with the python, okay, or with a snake, so how do I connect this? That we have to eat every day to be active, but not a
Yes.
python, okay, because they eat one full meal and they can really rest. And also for the animals who hibernate and estivate, because when they hibernate or estivate, the temperatures are so extreme, extreme cold and extreme hot, that the food is not available, okay. So that's how they rest. But we are warm blooded, okay, and we really need to eat every day to be active. So this is
Yes.
how I connect the digestive system, and really they really make it makes so much of sense to them, that why do animals hibernate and why the python does not have to eat every day. So
Every
this is
day.
how,
Okay.
yeah,
So it's
this is how.
from one topic, you are going into various topics, and it makes them wonder, oh, this is the way, this is the way. And
Yes,
when they
yes,
come under that particular topic, I think that is going to interest them so much, isn't it?
yeah. So even
Uh,
even sorry to tell you, there's one interesting thing about digestive system is also when I talk to them about diabetes. How will you
yes.
explain child diabetes? So when I tell them that when you eat a lot of sugar, usse diabetes nahi hota hai. Diabetes is because your insulin is one of the chemical which actually knocks the door of your muscles and cells, and when it knocks, the sugar can go inside. But if
Mhm.
there is nobody knocking at the door, how will the sugar go inside? So the sugar increases in your blood, and that is how you get diabetes. So it is not because of more sugar, but because there is nobody to knock the door to allow the sugar to go. So there is lack of insulin causes diabetes. And then it makes so much sense that parents actually start calling me, ये तो क्या पढ़ा दिया है कि शुगर खाने मीठा खाने से डायबिटीज नहीं होता है मैं बोला नहीं होता है
Yes.
so
No,
this
that's
is how.
correct,
Yeah,
correct.
so
So you are
such
giving
complex,
them,
yeah, such
yes,
complex things also you can just explain them in such a simple way, so this is
yes.
how everything goes with them.
Right. So that is so simply put, Hetal. I mean, because sometimes what happens when we talk about such complex things, most of us tend to say, "Tujhe nahi pata chalega." It is not your topic. When you grow up, you will come to know about it. And we
Yeah.
sometimes tend to procrastinate things for them, thinking that they are small adults and they can't understand.
Hmm.
And but we need to understand that children have much more exposure to things in the given
Right.
situation, because with the kind of they are at home right now, they are with the gadgets most of the time. Somehow I
Right.
feel they are much smarter than us, and these millennials are too good to understand a lot of things at a right age, is what I feel. Right. So when we talk about environment, or when you teach about the environment, or to what are the impacts of it, or when you talk about this atmosphere or global warming or any of these topics that are that we are going to be talking about, how does it impact the children as an individual? Does it make them think over it, that, or we have seen a lot of children who are coming up and making things like cleaning up the ocean. They're making gadgets for that can help in cleaning the ocean and all of that. So I want to listen it from you, Dr. Hetal. So when you talk about this environment, and you take, I remember you take a lot of trips, for children, where they can sit with the nature, be one with the nature. And what are
Right.
the outcomes that you have seen in the child?
So I'll tell you one instance of a 4 year or a 5 year maybe old girl, and her mom is after teaching about them global warming. The mom and the topic was about polar bears' homes are shrinking. Okay, they have nowhere to go because the polar ice caps are melting because of global warming. So that girl went home. She must be so impacted with this. She's telling her mom, "You call up Hetal teacher and tell her that we will take a polar bear. हमारे घर पे सब एसी हम ऑन रखेंगे and we will give polar bear our home to stay. So
Say,
that was like I was feeling so this thing are so much impact it has made on this girl. So whenever I enter my classroom, I decide that what I want to create a change today, what I want to bring about a change in my classroom, what will I talk more on so that will be more impactful. In another instance, a 8 year old is telling home घर पे, and she has kept a piggy bank and she is telling कि अभी कोई भी लाइट पंखे की स्विच ऑन रखेगा ना रूम में तो they have to put 10 rupee inside.
funny. Ah,
So
that's nice.
yeah, So this is, yeah, so these are the small things which keep on happening, okay? And these are the changes which the parents come and tell me, which is very overwhelming. uh, Even sometimes the grandmother, when I had a physical class, offline class, sometimes the parents, if they are busy, the grandparents come, so I request them to sit in my class. Where will you go and come back? So, when they also give me the feedback that this is, we have never studied like this, and if we had got teacher like you, तो फिर हम लोग भी बहुत कुछ अच्छा कर सकते थे. So this is the best compliments that I have received. There are so many nuances, but these are really fresh in my memory.
Right, right. So, on your trip, anything on your trip that you would like to say, Dr. Hetal? Like you have taken the children to this particular place, and you have shown them, and they have gone on. Like, acha, aisa bhi hota hai. Anything, any
Yeah.
incident like?
Yeah, so there are many instances hidden, but what I try to do with them when we had gone, I think, in Sri Lanka. So we were walking in the rainforest, that Sinha Raja rainforest, and we
Yes,
were walking, and there were a lot of leeches. Rainforest is a place for quite some leeches, so they had to wear leech socks and all, and I had not worn anything. My foot were absolutely, so they were totally like, why, And then when I made them realize that, that when you wear a leech socks, actually leech ऊपर भी आ जाएगी तो पता नहीं चलेगा. So if your feet is open, you can actually see the leeches, okay? And there is nothing to get scared of. When I actually told them, and when I was leading with example, 2 3 children, they said leech socks nahi pehne, and they
right,
started walking in the rainforest. So this is the kind of, we lead with examples, we talk, and we actually give them hands-on experiences. So then,
correct.
they will never forget. सिर्फ बोलने से नहीं होता है. Sometimes you have to lead, sometimes you have to give them hands-on experiences. So there are lots and lots of experiences like this, कि छोटी छोटी चीज़ों से, वो लोग का, परिवर्तन हो जाता है. They change their mind, then the mind goes towards the nature. So these are
Right.
the small things.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Hetal, what is the message that you want to give to our parents at Parent Station? We also have educators on Parent Station. So, what are the things that you want to tell them, that how and why they need to create that environment at home? A simple thing, like sometimes what we do is we put our chargers and we leave it on, thinking that phone to laga nahi hai, so there is no electricity being used or something like that. So, how can we as parents live by example so that even children follow our footsteps? So are there simple examples or simple things that we can do at home?
Yeah, so one is like, when you drink a glass of water, generally हम लोग पानी थोड़ा सा लेते हैं और फिर बाकी का फेंक देते हैं. So I would suggest के either cover your glass or you put it to the plants. Okay, don't waste that water, because एक बार वो पानी गटर में गया, you cannot get new water, because there is only 3% of fresh water available in this world, and if you just indiscriminately start wasting water, there will be no water for the after probably 50 years or so. Okay,
Right,
तो ये
right.
छोटी छोटी चीज है. That's one thing. Of course, you can start putting, piggy bank, like what that child did. कि अगर
Yeah.
किसी से लाइट ऑन रह गया है तो, 2 रुपी कॉइन वो पिगी बैंक में एज punishment डाल दो. So you can just start small things at home. And what I do impactfully with my children is that, if you save power here, there is some boy of your age or some girl of your age in a village, they will get light to study what they want to study. So when I talk to them, there are some children, they actually have tears in their eyes, when I make this statement. So I said, your action today will actually give a chance to somebody who is there in the village struggling to get a glimpse of light. After 6 o'clock, कभी कभी काफी villages में light नहीं होती. I
Yes.
said, you can really start doing that. I also tell them that in Rajasthan, water is a precious commodity. वहाँ पे किसी के घर पे जाएंगे ना, तो दूध दही छाछ मिलता है, पानी नहीं मिलता है, because the women have to walk kilometers to get one glass of water or one matka of water. So if you close the tap here, you will actually, someday they will get water in their homes. So when I make this connection with the children, they can actually feel the connection very quickly. And you don't have to tell them that don't do. You have to tell them why you have to do. That's very important. And that's how the action starts happening everywhere.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's so true. As you mentioned, in the beginning, that all of these things starts from home, and all our viewers today will understand that we start from home. We lead by the role model, and the children are going to go ahead with this. And somewhere I feel that the world doesn't end only with us. We have to keep it for our children as well, the same as how we received it, and we
Yes.
continue with that, right, for the
True.
children also,
True.
so that they are not undergoing any kind of issues. I think this COVID has taught us a lot of things, that what have we done to this world, and the world
Right.
also needs a healing time. Any
True.
last message for our people about the environment, that the environment day that we are going to celebrate tomorrow, Hetal? So what are the things that you would like to say to our viewers?
I would say start from where you are. Do in whatever capacity you can do. It can be as simple as switching off the lights, saving water, uh, telling children to not to waste paper. Start from where you are. Do what you can in your capacity, and I think that's more than enough. You don't have to go on a very big scale with placards and all those things. You can eventually do that when you feel the right time, but you can start from home, from where you are. Okay, so that's very important, to start, to initiate, to just make actions. And I think when you tell the children why, I think the purpose is served. Instead of telling them no, you should tell them why they need to do that. Okay, so I
Yes,
think that's
giving
done.
Yes, giving a reason is more important than always telling them no, ये करना है, वो नहीं करना है, ऐसा करना है. So as you
Yes.
mentioned, giving a reason is very, very important to the children, right?
Right.
So it was
Right.
wonderful listening from you, Dr. Hazel. I think we have learned quite a thing, that saving the environment for our children, how we can start right from home with little things, creating that curiosity in the children. We know that this is not only going to help them in future, but it's going to help them right now with their academics as well. And
Right.
it's going to impact them as an individual, is what I
Right.
understand. And it was wonderful talking to you.
Thank you
Thank you for
so
coming to
much.
our show at
Thank you,
Parents Day,
Hiren.
and we
Thank
hope to see and learn a lot of things. So now for the fun facts, I'm going to keep calling you, because today I learned something new, and I sure you have the whole pitara of that.
yeah.
We're going to open up that pitara for us, and it is going to be
Yes.
interesting for the children too, and even we as adults, that we learn something new, and
Right. Thank you
we
so
can.
much. Thank
Yes, so
I
thank you.
really, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much, Hiren, for having me, so that, my message of, starting small from wherever you are is, reaching to as many people as it can. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you,
Okay.
Miss
Bye bye.
Hita.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
I hope you all enjoyed, and always listen. Start from home with whatever little you have. And I think, the change starts from homes, the change starts from self. If each one of us can do a little bit about the environment, we can have a beautiful earth to live in, right? See you all very soon with our next expert talk in coming in the next Friday. Take care. Bye bye. Thank you, Dr. Hetal. See you. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye. Thank you.